IBKR Mobile Quote Details screen displays in-depth data and a customizable chart for a selected instrument. You can get to a quote details page from the watch list, portfolio, scanner, and any page that displays a market data line for an instrument. To view quote details from a watch list, tap an instrument data line. Then tap again to view the full quote details screen. At the very top of the screen, you'll see the financial instrument displayed. Above the financial instrument, you'll see several quick links. Tap Watch List to add an instrument to your watch list. Next, you'll see that you can trade the instrument via the wheel. The wheel displays order details in the large center pane with price selections to the left and size selections to the right. The wheel can only be viewed in landscape mode. We'll take a look at the functionality of the wheel in more detail in a following lesson. Back at the top of the quote details screen, you can also trade the instrument using BookTrader, which will bring up the BookTrader tool. A BookTrader allows you to rapidly enter orders from a deep book window. You can use BookTrader to view a price ladder and to quickly submit buy or sell orders, or create more complex buy and sell orders with profit taker, stop loss, and bracket components. We'll take a look at BookTrader in more detail in a following lesson. Tap Options to view option chains for equities and futures that support options, including index options. You can view chains by expiry. Just swipe to see more. Note that calls are on the left, straight down the center, and puts on the right. Tap a row to add it to your watch list. Create an order and even open the strategy builder by using the slider to create complex and multi-leg strategies. Next to options is spreads. This will open up a new spread template tool. Tap the arrow to set up a calendar, vertical or diagonal spread. Toggle the first leg between calls or puts. Depending on the strategy selected, you'll see different columns displayed below. For instance, if I choose calendar spreads, I'll see multiple front months displayed. Below that, you'll see the grid update with strategies displayed along with spread, price, delta, and gamma. Select the strategy and then tap the legs box to see the details and make adjustments. At the bottom of the screen, you can add strategy to your watch list, trade the spread, or view spread using the quote details screen. Below the quick links is the name of the financial instrument, exchange, and last traded price. Change value and change percentage are shown in either red or green based on directional movement. Today's high and low are to the right, with bid and ask information directly below. You'll see a chart in the center of the screen. You can easily switch to another time period by tapping the time period button. Tap the setting gear icon to modify all the chart settings, including bar type and size, time period, and more. Below the chart, you'll find the open, close, 52-week high, 52-week low, volume, implied and historical volatility, EPS, PE, dividends, and dividend yield. If you have a position for this instrument, you will see a position section next. Here you'll see the P&L, whether you're long or short, along with market value, average price, cost basis, realized and unrealized P&L. Tap Close Position to close all or a portion of your position. Below the position information, you can access Ask iBot. iBot uses natural language processing and voice recognition, which means you just speak your command and you're done. With iBot, you can retrieve more information such as upcoming dividend dates, corporate earnings, economic events, and more. Below the Ask iBot section, you can view the latest news, research, and reports. Click on a link to read the article or report. Lastly, tap the sell or buy buttons to create an order using the order ticket. If you are logged in using read-only mode, you will be asked to complete the login process. We'll walk through all of the order parameters in a following lesson. If you want to configure the layout of the quote details screen, just tap the configure icon on the top right. Here you can toggle on or off the advanced tools, uncheck a particular section, and use the handles to rearrange the layout. To go back to the watch list, portfolio, or scanner, simply tap the arrow on the top left. As you can see, the quote details screen is packed with a lot of information and it's designed with quick access in mind. You can view a thumbnail chart on an expanded quote line from the watch list, portfolio, or scanner screens. When you tap the quote line, you'll see the quote details screen display. This is where you view the full chart in either portrait or landscape mode. Turn your device on its side to view the chart in landscape mode. Tap the time period at the top of the chart to change the time period. You can tap from 2 hours to 5 years. Once you change the time period, all subsequent financial instruments will display this time period. Prices are on the y-axis and date and time on the x-axis. The date and time will change based on the time period of the chart. If you tap and hold on the chart, you'll see a data point with crosshairs on the chart showing the price and date at the top. If you have added studies, you will see a snapshot of the study information as well. By swiping to the right on a chart, you can see more data going back in time, and the date and time on the x-axis will update accordingly. Tap the settings gear icon to modify all chart settings, including bar type and size, time period, outside RTH trades, volume chart, annotations, and indicators. Use the green slider to toggle these settings. If I change the bar type to candlesticks at the top, time period to 1 year, and turn on the volume chart, you will see it immediately in the chart. These settings are applied to all charts within IBTWS. To add studies to your chart, tap Indicators followed by Add Indicator. You can view studies by groups or in sorted order. When you choose Sorted, a text box will appear so that you can search for a study. Let's tap Groups. If I tap Momentum Studies and scroll up, I can see a full list of studies based on this type. For this example, I'll select Relative Strength. The Indicator section now displays a list of items that may be adjusted. For example, Source, Trades or Midpoint, and Period. You can enter a new time frame or use the plus and minus icons to increase or decrease the range. Click on the arrow icon to choose from a list of periods. The chart updates automatically as you make the changes. At the bottom, you can tap the red icon to remove the indicator or tap the green plus icon to add another study. In the next example, I'll select Moving Averages. Once again, swipe up to see the different studies for this type. I'll choose Bollinger Bands. Now you will see Bollinger Bands in the Indicator section. Bollinger Bands has defaulted to a source of trades, extended moving average with a period of 20 and deviation of 2. I can change any of these inputs simply by tapping on the word or arrow. Trades and midpoint, base average, period and standard deviation. You'll see a short explanation of the study below the inputs, and you can choose to remove or add another indicator at the bottom. When you're finished adding indicators, swipe down to view the chart. Now you'll see the studies display on the chart, and you can easily change the time periods at the top of the chart, and the studies will automatically adjust. If you tap and hold on the chart, you'll see the high, low, open and close, plus data on any indicator that you've defined. If you want to turn off a study temporarily, tap the settings gear icon and then just tap the slider to turn it off. To turn off all studies, use the slider next to indicators and slide left. This concludes Lesson 2 in the IBKR Mobile for iOS online course. When you continue, we will give you a short quiz to test your understanding of the material we covered today.